Hi, I'm Jamie with The Saving Secret, where I help you become more intentional with your money. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Today, it's so difficult to build savings. And the reason why it's so difficult is never been easier in the history of the world to spend money. You can spend money at a store, you can spend money on a website, on an app, on your mobile device, on your wrist. You can do it through your voice. There's so many different ways to spend money. And there's so many different times of year that people feel pressured to spend money, whether it's Black Friday deals or Cyber Monday or Christmas shopping or post-Christmas shopping, and the list goes on and on. And so saving money sometimes becomes an afterthought of prioritizing spending money. So today, I want to talk about 4 tips that I found successful in helping you make savings easier. The first tip I want to talk about is you need to set up your savings. And what I mean by set up savings is you need to have a dedicated savings account. You need to have a location where you put your money. I personally use a high yield savings account with Ally. I'm a huge fan. They are not endorsing me in any shape or form in this video, but I do want you to know that you don't have to use a traditional bank. You can use a high yield savings account. But not only have a location, you need to set it up. What I mean by that is you need to have regular contributions going into your savings account. One of the things that I have found successful, and one of the reasons why I've helped build the Saving Secret YouTube channel, is to not just save, but to make savings your default. And the way that you make savings your default is you set up your direct deposit to go directly into your savings account. What I mean by that is instead of having your check or your money go directly into your checking account, have your money first go into your savings account. This way you set up a way that you're saving as the default. You're putting your money first into savings. Obviously, you can transfer money out of your savings account into your checking account of what your monthly expenses are, but this way you're making your savings default. And so this is a very powerful tool, and if you have a hard time savings, you're definitely going to want to set up direct deposit into your savings account. And this will make savings your default. The second tip I would give you is you need to make sure that you have a specific dollar amount that you're working towards. If you look at a lot of financial experts, they'll tell you in order to build up an emergency fund or a savings, they'll say that you need to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. And that is great advice when you're speaking to a broad audience of a whole bunch of nameless people. But if you're talking to an individual, the person right on the opposite side watching this video, 3 to 6 months of expenses is a nebulous number. It doesn't mean anything. So you need to quantify that. And a number that I use and I recommend people use as a starting point is $10,000. $10,000 is a nice number that gets you to the 5th digit. It's a number when you look at, it's taken some time to build up that savings. However, if you were to have an emergency or you had a medical expense or you had a car repair or you had an emergency travel plan that arrived, you would be able to have the money set aside to take care of any of those issues. So I recommend that people save and use as a starting point $10,000. However, you're going to want to make sure that you follow the 3 to 6 months of expenses as a guide. But if you're having a hard time coming up with that number, just make it $10,000 and work toward that goal. So again, have a specific number in mind. The third advice that I would share with people is you need to review your expenses and eliminate or reduce some of them, because like I said at the beginning of this video, it's very easy to spend money, and there are more ways than ever to spend money. And marketers are experts at finding out ways to make sure you spend money. And so in order to combat that, you need to evaluate things that you already have set up for auto pay and maybe cancel some of those subscriptions. Maybe put them on hold. Maybe find ways to reduce your expenses. Find ways that you're putting a greater portion of your income into your savings and you're spending less. That's going to help for sure build up your savings ability much quicker. I do have another video that I talk about 4 savings hacks. You're welcome to check out. It's in the show notes of this video that goes through 4 ways that any person can take that's going to reduce their expenses. I would definitely encourage you to check that out if you're looking for ways to cut and eliminate some expenses. And finally, the 4th and final thing that I recommend people do to help make savings easier is you need to have a specific goal or a deadline you're working towards to achieve that specific dollar amount. It's not just good enough to set up your savings and have a dollar amount that you're working towards and eliminate it. If you don't hold yourself accountable, you know how much money you're bringing in. You look at it on a constant basis and you have a general idea of maybe what you're spending, and you might realize that you're spending more than you thought you were, but you need to have a specific goal that you are working towards. And so doing a little bit of math, you can be able to identify when you're able to hit that $10,000 or what your 3 to 6 months of expenses are. So figuring out those 4 saving tips, I have found successful in making savings easier. If you have any other saving tips, please feel free to put them in the show notes below. Again, I have other videos that I help you to be more intentional with your money. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a like. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.